Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today my adventure brings me to Lake Lure. And I'm here because about 8 or 9 months ago, I did a video up here about the flowering bridge. The Rainbow Bridge was the main reason I come. If you've never seen that video before, I would definitely put a link down in the description below what it used to look like. I'm here today to see what it looks like now, about 8 or 9 weeks after the destructive force that was Hurricane Helene when it ravaged this area. About a week or so ago, I made my way up into Asheville and did an update video about that to show you the recovery process. Today, we're going to kind of do the same thing, but right here in Lake Lure. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Let's push on in and go check out some of the same areas we checked out about 9 months ago. It's going to look a lot different today, I'm pretty sure. All right, I've made my way down here to the Welcome to Lake Lure sign here right off of Highway 64. See this really cool old rustic tractor right here pulling this makeshift trailer. And also right here, this is where the lake house is located, restaurant, bar, and grill. And I thought I would just kind of drive a little bit, stop, show you guys what things looks like. I know some of these locations are quite popular, but you can see nestled back here in this little cove, a lot of debris in the water, all kinds of posts, wood, plastics. I have heard that they was going to drain this lake to try to get all this debris out. I guess that'd probably be about the only way you could really do it and do it well. But yeah, my plan moving forward is to make my way down to the beach area, because last time I was here, that's actually where I started my video at. I like to check that out, see if there's any boats still in the water, the docks and stuff like that, and then move down to where the Welcome Center was located, and from there we're going to move on down to the flowering bridge. All right, now I've made my way down a little bit further now. Now I'm down here in the beach recreation area right here behind me. You can see this is the beach. This is very sad. You know, about 9 months ago when I was here making a video, I actually started a vlog off right here in Lake Lure. Went to the Flowering Bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, Chimney Rock area, moved up through Bat Cave, which is totally inaccessible right now, I think, and then went on to Hendersonville and did some roadside attractions and just showed stuff of all these beautiful areas to come travel to, make day trips out of it or whatever. But now look at it. It is just completely devastated. This was once a gorgeous, beautiful little sandy beach, and now it's just a bunch of dried up mud. It's heartbreaking. You can still see there's quite a few boats, wreckages piled up across the way here. The water level is way down, so maybe what I heard about them draining Lake Lure to help with cleanup efforts, maybe that is actually a plan that they're going forward with, because it is definitely very, very low. All right, so let's move on from this spot. It's kind of sad right here. Look at this old volleyball court net right there, and it's just surrounded by mud now. There's no sandy beach no more. Also, if you've never seen my other video about Lake Lure, Bat Cave, Hendersonville, really fun little video. It's kind of cool now to go back and look at it and see what things used to look like. I even have the Rainbow Bridge in there, which is a bridge where people would bring like their deceased dog collars and things like that when their animal had passed away, and they would hang it on the Rainbow Bridge to give them a little closure. And supposedly there was a little story that go along with the Rainbow Bridge that helped dogs kind of cross over to the other side. So really, really cool, really awesome. You know, that bridge is long gone now. It's been destroyed. Hopefully they can rebuild the Rainbow Bridge. That was a really popular spot, and that was the whole catalyst. That was the reason why I made my video, was about the Rainbow Bridge. I thought that was so fascinating, and that's the whole reason I came to Lake Lure. Everything else was this, you know, the whipped cream on top of the sundae. I was here for the Rainbow Bridge. So I will put a link down in the description below for you to check that video out to see what that used to look like. All right, I have made my way down here to the Lake Lure Washburn Marina and Welcome Center. And wow, this looks pretty bad. Look at all the work that's been going on here in this area. Parking lot still has a lot of like dirt, sand, debris all over it. And yeah, so we're going to make our way over there to the Welcome Center here in a minute. I do want to walk over here and just check out the Marina area before we double back to the Welcome Center. Right here is the Lake Lure Tours building. It says live bait sold here. You can see the water line right here on the door. Right there, check that out. Show you how high the water was here in the area. Still a lot of workers doing a lot of work around here, a lot of cleanup, all this debris, the bathroom. Look at all that mud inside the bathroom. That is crazy. My goodness. And from this vantage point, you really can see how piled up the boats are over there on those docks. It's big pontoon boats. They're just stacked up like toys. This here's the innards of what the bait shop looks like here. Just look at all this destruction. They still have Lake Lure shirts up there on the walls. Maybe some hoodies right there. It's crazy how much destruction that water can do. Look at that. Look at all the drink machine. Right here's where they would serve their Coca-Colas. Right there's some Cheez-Its, some snacks, chips, Ruffles, Lay's. How sad is that? And they even still have some lures here. All right, let's head back outside. That was really interesting seeing the inside of that bait shop. But check this out. They got a gas pump out here. This is for the boats when they would pull up to fuel up. And it just knocked it clear. It just knocked it over. So much destruction. All right, and right here is the Lake Lure Welcome Center. As you can see, everything's got a little trace of mud on it. Down here, these beautiful vases, or vases, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, I remember the last time I was here going inside, and there was these wonderful women in here to point me in the right direction on where to go to the flowering bridge, because I had no clue, and they helped me out that day. But look at this bench. The destruction. I mean, look at that. That's metal, and it is just ripped completely. Huge pieces, chunks of mud on it. Once again, you can see the water line very distinctively along the water, along the window sills here. Let's go around back here and check this out. Right over here's the tennis courts. The playground back here, the basketball courts. I didn't even pay attention how the basketball courts look, but as you can see, the tennis courts here, you can still see the green, but yeah, there's the tennis courts. And there's the playground. And right there's the basketball courts, which now they have a lot of gravel and other things piled up on it. Right there just looks spooky, doesn't it? Is that not like a zombie apocalyptic looking? When you see something like this, you see like some swings where children have played, and now it's just mud and dirt around it. It's like it ain't been touched in, 20 years. But yet, in all honesty, you can go back 2.5 months and this was vibrant. Green grass, filled with beauty. All right, I am completely behind the Welcome Center now. You can see the basketball goals right there on the screen. I just wanted to make my way on out here just to check out this river area. This is where Lake Lure kind of, goes toward the Flowering Bridge. It would have been down that way, just to give you a little bit of idea of where I'm located. Once again, the water is very, very low here today. But look at this right here. This must be some cars that they pulled from the rivers. And I'm telling you, they are completely wrecked. I mean, look at this destruction. I mean, it just folded it up and threw it away. Ain't that something? Still got the Chick-fil-A bag, cardboard wrapper, whatever, for their drinks maybe, on the inside. I mean, it just tore this vehicle to shreds. And then right here's another one. It's full of sand. Look at the roof. There's the dash. AC vent, heater vent. Right there you can see the steering wheel still. But yeah, the power of water is something else. Wow. God, this is crazy. You know something, guys? I have lived here in North Carolina my entire life. And I've been through Hurricane Hugo, Hurricane Fran in 1996 at Carolina Beach. Been through many, many storms. Hurricane Florence was in 2018. It come ashore right there. It was Category 2 storm. Fran was a 3. All that hurricanes and all that storm, I don't think I have ever witnessed destruction of what Helene did to these communities, these mountain communities. Not that it was on the ocean. They wasn't oceanfront communities. They were 500 miles inland, give or take. I don't know the exact mileage, but I've driven to Florida enough times. I know Florida probably from here is in that 400 to 500 mile, range. And I've just never seen, it's a wasteland. I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable. It truly is. It will numb your senses to come and walk around and see this. I mean, and this is like 2 months later. They've done a lot of work here. I'm sure this did not. I mean, you can see all the work they've done, all the clearing of debris and things like that. Trying to get everything out of this river and this lake is a task in its own right. I'm sure those were not sitting there originally. They was probably picked up and pulled out of the water. It is just amazing. So unbelievable. All right. I'm not going to go into a crazy harp mode of this craziness. I cannot understand how this happened. I mean, I know they had rain here, days and days before, and it was already probably close to a flood stage anyway. And then the hurricane come in and dumped 20 plus inches of rain. I get that. I do. It's still, it's still hard to believe when you see it. It's just, it's nuts. It's crazy. All right, let's see if we can get down there to the Flowering Bridge next and check that out. Yeah, and then we're gonna wrap it up, because I don't think we can go very far down past the Flowering Bridge. I think we got to kind of stay right up there in that area. I think the rest of the road down toward Chimney Rock, where the bridge is, or where it used to be, I don't think the bridge is there anymore, to go over to Chimney Rock. I think all that's still being worked on. But supposedly online, the tentative date to open up more of the road is November 30th. So sometime after Thanksgiving. Should be able to push forward down maybe toward the Bat Cave area. Be able to check that out. All right, and right here is the Lake Lure Gateway building. As you can see, this all must have been underwater down through here. The Flowering Bridge is just right here in front of us. I know back there at the Welcome Center where I was on the back side, actually the police officer come back here and said it's private area, do not, go back there. So if you guys do come up here, don't go back there. I had no idea there was nothing posted or anything. So all right, and you can read the sign, the area I'm in. This is the area where we have the Flowering Bridge, Chimney Rock State Park straight ahead. Right here's the old pathway that would take you to the Flowering Bridge, as you can see right up here in front of us. Let's go check this out. This is going to be heartbreaking, I'm afraid. As we enter the Flowering Bridge area, you can see right here is the scavenger hunt mailbox still here. And somebody actually put some waters in there for someone. There'll be no scavenger hunts, that's for sure. Some of the little keepsakes are still in place, or they've been put back to where they belonged before, I guess. All right, we made our way down here to the beginnings of the Flowering Bridge. And to be quite honest with you, as we look down at the broad river, this looks unrecognizable. As I look over the edge of the bridge here, you can see all the mud just caked up against the foundation. Tons of debris down in the water still. Very few things have left behind of this popular tourist destination. Look at the power lines. They go all the way down and just drape on top of what's left of this bridge. Unbelievable. And as I look off to the right, look at all the wood and debris just piled up on the banks. It's just crazy to have been here and know how wide the river's supposed to be. And look how far it came up. I mean, it came out of these, it was on this road. I mean, it come out of the banks entirely. Flooded this whole entire bridge. You can see all the sand and debris on top of it, all through the center pieces here. Wow. All right, so that was a look at I think this is the eastern side of the Flowering Bridge. So now let's go on across and park over there and see if we can look at the other side where I normally parked last time I was here, and kind of look at where the area used to be, where the Rainbow Bridge was located, see what that looks like. All right, I made my way over to the west side of the Flowering Bridge. Look at the destruction of this place. I mean, you can actually see on the inside of it. The floor just buckled. And right here is the Flowering Bridge area. Matter of fact, when I was here last, I think I parked right here in this vicinity. That's where I parked at. Look how the water just washed all that, the unearth of that concrete pad right there. Just cleaned it out. You know, there's nothing holding that up on the edges. Looks like they're doing a lot of work here, getting things back in order. I don't know if you guys can see on the inside there or not, but doing a lot of work, getting things fixed up. Looking pretty clean out here, actually. Look at all the fresh mulch they've put out here. This was the entrance area to the Flowering Bridge. And right here's even the old map of when you walked across it. And right here it says River's Edge Dog Garden was number 5. And I love that area. So the Rainbow Bridge itself was back over in here somewhere. I remember it was really close to the dog garden. But yeah, all that's been changed right there. If you've never seen the Flowering Bridge before, right there's what it looked like. It was all, you know, it had all kind of flowers and all kind of plants on it. As you can see, those big banana plants it had out there. Right here's all the hard-working people that kept it up. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen moving forward with this Flowering Bridge. What are they going to do? Are they going to rebuild it? I don't know. Man, this is unbelievable. So right here is where the bridge was, right here to the left. Right there's where you would walk across and have awesome views of all these beautiful plants. And just, it was just beautiful because of the water and the river and everything. It was just so gorgeous. And all that power, that water, just washed away the concrete that made that bridge. All right, I was just standing right over there. This is a pathway they have that used to take you down to where the Rainbow Bridge was in the little dog park. And this is where that ends right here. So you can see there's nothing. The Rainbow Bridge, I'm not 100% sure because just the geography of this whole thing has changed so much. I can't even tell where it used to be. I'm going to say it was probably in this vicinity right here. Somewhere right in here is where the Rainbow Bridge once stood. There is no evidence it was ever even here at one time. And it was such a wonderful little tribute. All right, and right here is the pathway that led you across the Flowering Bridge. And just to the left, this area over here used to be a little garden area that had like mirrors or something like draped on a wall. I think it was right over here in this vicinity somewhere. And look at all the banana plants that are still here. They actually survived the floods. Now they look a little rough for wear, but this little group right here actually made it. And these little sprigs right here to the right. All right, that is it for the Flowering Bridge area. That is so heartbreaking. But on a positive note, if there is one, we look up the way here at Chimney Rock, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the American flag is still flapping in the wind up there. Proud and strong, looking over Lake Lure. Right here off of Highway 64 is the Riverside Event Center. And it is in really, really bad shape. It looks like the whole back end of this place is actually collapsing. And look at all that debris back there that I guess they've piled up, trying to recover stuff. And here's a better look at the front side of the Riverside Event Center. Some of the belongings they recovered, some tables, chairs. I think they used to have like weddings and things like that here. And as we look down 64 going toward Chimney Rock and Bat Cave area, you can see blue lights. And the reason we see that is because that part of the road going further west is closed down. It's actually barricaded. I did talk to a police officer over by the Welcome Center, and yeah, he said you can't go any further. All right, we are down here at the Geneva Lodge. Now, one time I bet that was a really nice car. As you can see, it's been flooded out. All these rooms here will have to totally be renovated, I'm sure. Because this is all mud and sand you see riding up on the wall right there. And right here is the sign. It says the Geneva Riverside Grill. Fun food and spirits. Doesn't look terrible on this side of the building, but if we can get around to the back side, I'm curious to see what it looks like. And right here is the office door. Old Coke machine right here. Look at all the debris. We won't be going down those steps. There's just all kinds of stuff pushed up against that. Look at all that debris, all that wood, sticks. I definitely am not going to walk any further than this, because that is actually drooped down. The backside is actually leaning, so that don't look very safe at all. All right, I come around to the backside of the Geneva Motel. As you can see right here is a little bit, you can see a little bit of the parking lot still left, but most of it has completely been washed away back here. This is crazy. This river just destroyed this motel. Completely destroyed it. Filled it up with sand. It's very deep, the sand is. You can see some of the beds left behind. Look at that room full of sand. And right here is the old patio here on the Geneva Motel. Looking a little worse for wear. All that debris right here. Right here's a little bit more of the concrete area where you would park a vehicle. Now, just talking to somebody who's been coming here pretty much their entire life. A guy and his brother, they're locals to the area, and he was telling me there was a Tiki bar and a swimming pool right here in this vicinity. And there is absolutely no evidence now of that said Tiki bar and swimming pool. The Broad River completely washed it downstream. Have no idea where it is now. He did tell me he watched a YouTube video that somebody recorded here, and you could actually see the Tiki bar kind of fighting for everything it had. It was kind of floating up against some rocks over here across the way. He said it held on for quite a while, and then it finally just gave way to the pressure of the water, and she's all gone now. All right, my friends, I'll walk down the beach a little piece. We're back down here at the Highway 64 Memorial Highway Bridge. As you can see, there's some mangled wreckage here in the water, some more vehicles, and there's like an axle with some wheels attached to it right over here. And wow, just look at the destruction, how high up the water went on these banks here in the woods. Pretty awesome display of power. And right over here, some more tires of something. But that is a quick look at Lake Lure. Just to see the destruction and damage is heartbreaking here. It really is. So my friends, that will pretty much do it for me today. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch the videos. I really appreciate it so much. If you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. If you enjoyed today's content and you found it helpful in any way, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. That's all I ask. Definitely put some comments down below if you feel need to make a comment or have a question, or if you have any stories from this area or any area here in Western North Carolina that's been affected by these floodwaters. I really would like to hear from you. Thank you so much. Until next time, friends, I am the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all again soon. And you know what? If you subscribed, I'm sure I will see you again soon. And next time, it won't be under these circumstances, I promise. All right, let's head on home. All right, here's a little bonus footage. I'm making my way out of here, and I'm driving past the Lake Lure Green Space Parks, Recreation, and Lake Department. And we was talking about the Rainbow Bridge was the whole reason that I made my way up here, made a video about 8 or 9 months ago. And lo and behold, I look up here in this yard, and right here is a rainbow bridge that somebody has built. How freaking epic is this? Check this out. People's already put some dog collars up here on it. Got a little sticker right here. Papa Scrap. Maybe Papa Scrap is who built this. Well, I must say thank you very much, Papa Scrap, if you are indeed who built this. But they do have a rainbow bridge here in Lake Lure after all. This is freaking cool. This is so awesome. And boy, people did not waste any time hanging some of their leashes on it. All right, my friends, once again, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it.